What is going on, everybody? It's Nothing But Skills, and today we get to talk about the Summit. Yes, that is the game mode that a lot of people were referring to as Skyscraper, but they officially confirmed the name for it is the Summit. It's 100 floors, and we're going to get into everything we found out during the state of the game about this new game mode. So if you guys are ready to find out more about this game mode, stay tuned. We have a lot of information that we found out today. Now, before we get into that though, I do want to say thank you to our sponsor of this video, one of my partners who I love working with, right? These guys right here provide me with some of the best energy focused products in the game. When I feel like I'm slacking, when I feel like I just don't have enough energy, I take a scoop of focus and I'm right back in the game, focused and ready to go. And you know what's even better? They actually upped my discount for you guys. So if you guys add this to your cart, you go to the coupon code and you type in skills, you will get 30% all the way till Sunday. So till this Sunday, you can get 30% off your products. So they bumped up my discount code for you guys. So if you guys are looking at trying this out, if you guys want to look into this, I would definitely recommend trying it out this week. Enjoy, guys. Let's get back into the video. So they did show us a lot of really good gameplay, which we're going to dive into in just a second. But I did want to talk about a little bit of the points they wanted to make about this new game mode, Summit. The first thing they said about this game mode was they want to kind of call this like the greatest hits of their game modes put into one, right? So they took some, I can already see from the gameplay, a little bit of underground, maybe a little bit of resistance, a little bit of objectives, adding directives, and then adding the chances of getting rogue hunters, you know, and other things that they don't want to mention just yet. But let's get into how the Summit works. So if you look right here, if we're looking right here, we can see that there's checkpoints. It looks like we have 1, 11, 21, 31. So every 10 levels, there is a checkpoint. Now to unlock these checkpoints or these rally points, you have to complete the floor under. So once you complete floor 10, that is where you'll be able to get to the rally point of floor 11. Now, one thing they did want to mention is, say, whoever you fight on floor 10, 20, because there will be some type of boss encounter that can be totally random, and it will say possible faction encounters. So maybe the first time you're on floor 10, you fight a cleaner boss, or the second time you fight a Riker boss, or there's a different objectives you have to do. But there will always be some type of boss you fight on those levels, so 10, 20, 30, 40. And then once you unlock that level, once you beat that level, you'll have that rally point, and you'll always be able to go back. Now, it starts off at normal, then it goes to hard, then it goes to challenging, and then some even add directives as you continue on. And that's what they said. So some floors from like 81 up might have directives, but it goes all the way up to legendary, so it can get pretty tough. Now, once you get to floor 100, that is going to be the final floor. And once you beat that floor, they did say that there was an exotic that was tied to that floor or getting to that floor. They didn't say if you had to beat the floor, but they said once you get to that floor, there is a quest you do unlock for the exotic chess piece. Now, before we dive into some gameplay, this is the exotic chess piece that you would get. It's called the Ridgeway's Pride. I want to get a little bit in depth on it, and we'll definitely make a video on this, and we'll talk more specifically on how this works. So what's really unique to this chess piece is the talent Bleeding Edge. Damaging enemies within 10 meters applies a bleed to that target, right? You repairs 1 to 25% of your armor per second based on the number of enemies within a 10-meter radius that is bleeding. So one enemy is going to be 1%, 2, 4%, 3 enemies 9%, 4 enemies 16%. And if you can get up to 5 enemies bleeding within that 10-meter radius, that's 25% repair armor that you're getting, which is pretty insane. So I'm assuming with something like maybe like a creeping death talent on your backpack, maybe you could actually pull off some crazy numbers and have some crazy survivability. But yeah, this is the chess piece that you get, and they say this is the one that is a quest item that is coming to the Summit. Now, before we get into any more details, I know right off the bat you guys are going to say, well, is this free? Well, this game mode is free to all players that own Warlords of New York. So if you have the expansion Warlords of New York, you will get this mode free. Now, can you play this solo? 100%. They said this was designed to be played solo or in a group. So 1 to 4 players can do this. And if you are solo, you can match make, which is really, really cool. They also said if you have a friend that happens to be at a different rally point, you do not have to be at that rally point to join them. So if they're already at that rally point, you can just go ahead and join them. Now, they did say that there are rogue agent encounters, but they didn't want to confirm anything with hunters, which I'm assuming we probably might have something, but we don't know yet. They didn't want to confirm any of that. Now, for every 10 levels, they say that's about the same XP that you would get for completing a stronghold, which is actually pretty good XP, right? So it's going to be worth the grind. Now, remember, on the lower levels is normal, so you can get that purple loot. But once you get to challenging and above, you should no longer get any type of purple loot or more. So it's definitely based on where you're at. And you can't change, you can't put your world tier to heroic and override the normal. It's different levels. So level 1 to 11 is normal, and as you keep going up. But you can't skip that once you unlock those rally points from going forward, right? Once you unlock it, you can always go back. Now, there are random directives, like I've told you. You remember on every 10, 20, 30, that can be totally random. So that'll be a random faction that can come out. So you might fight Cleaners one time. You might fight Rikers one time. All the DC factions are in the summit, which is cool. So you will see DC factions and Warlords of New York factions there. Now, if you're looking at trying to get into the summit, it will be live on the PTS, which starts Friday. So in 2 days, on September 4th, you will have access to the summit. So if you want to really test out how this game mode is, see if it's something that you want to really get into, you will be able to test it out. But that is only on PC. That is this September. They haven't gave us an official date for when this is coming out, so I'm assuming they're going to be making some tweaks to it before they hit the official launch of this. Now, the one thing they really wanted to harp on is some type of replayability for PvE, and I can really see this mode being that. So I'm a little excited about it after just seeing this short gameplay right here. I think the replayability will be a lot of fun, especially if they keep those encounters random, and depending if we get hunters, if we get those rogue agents when they come out, and how hard it gets once you get up there. I'm assuming it's definitely going to get a lot harder from what we're seeing here. Right here, what you're seeing is some normal gameplay. And if you guys played the game on normal, you're like, yeah, you can run through it pretty quick what they're doing. But I'm pretty sure once you get up to that heroic, even legendary, it would be definitely tough. And then doing it solo, you're probably going to have a pretty solid build to complete this solo. But I do like that the fact that they did say you can beat this solo or in team play. So they are thinking about those players who just don't like playing with anybody, right? Because some people just don't want to play with anybody. But so far, I think a lot of people were asking for something like Underground in the Division 2. And I know for sure I heard that. I'm a big survival fan because I like the PvE, PvP aspect and starting off with nothing and having to survive your way. But a lot of people like the Underground, which is, you know, that game mode that can give you that thrill of having the unpredictability, but still being able to kind of control what gear you have. So it's less RNG on what you pick up, but more on how you make your builds. Is your builds good enough to last all 100 floors? And can you beat the best of the best in the summit? And a lot of people are really going to enjoy this mode. And I think I'll probably enjoy this mode too. I definitely want to get my hands on it. And then hopefully I'll probably be playing for it on the PTS and then hopefully get you guys some videos. Well, we're gonna wrap up this video here. Let me know what you guys think about this new game mode. A lot of new news. I will have another video coming out. This state of the game was huge and there was a lot of really good information that I think a lot of you guys should and want to know about. So I had to split up the videos, but this is the first of 3 dropping today. So enjoy this and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Have a nice one. Nothing But Skills is out.